Hey everyone, today we are going to the beautiful city of Chongqing where we are going to have our wedding reception in a very Chinese style. So we took a flight from Singapore to Chongqing, which is about 4.5 hours. Taking off at about 7 p.m., we landed just about 11:30 p.m. at night. We had some beautiful views of sunset over Singapore. Upon reaching the Chongqing airport, this is the Chongqing airport, we saw Elsa's parents had come to pick us up. It was quite late in the night, it was almost midnight after we had come out of immigration, but it was nice to see them come and pick us up at the airport. The airport was quite big, but it wasn't out of the ordinary. It was pretty much like a Delhi airport, pretty standard, very crowded. But it was really cold in Chongqing. So this was in February around Chinese New Year. So I and her mom are walking and having fun. We loaded our luggage in the car and set off to our journey towards the home. So on the way, we saw all the celebrations of Chinese New Year, reached home and slept. This is next morning. We woke up, got ready, and started to go towards the reception venue. So this is the neighborhood where Elsa's parents live, and as you can see, it's a very mountainous terrain. I love the way they make roads in Chongqing. It's quite a nice infrastructure, wide roads. One thing I noticed was there were tons of cameras on the street, but everybody was generally following the rules. So upon arrival on the venue, Elsa's friend from childhood had also come to attend the function with her cute daughter. I played with her as well. She's so cute. She's just about 1 year old. I think she's less than 1 year old. Very cute little girl. So after we had received some of the guests for the function, we made our way inside the hotel. This hotel is about 15 minutes away from Elsa's parents' home. Quite a nice hotel. We liked the vibe. There were a few installations there because of Chinese New Year, and if you see, there were signages. So this meant Shan Goel Mr. and Zhangxian Mrs. That's Elsa's Chinese name. It said wedding reception on the 3rd of February 2024. So nice little signage to indicate our wedding reception venue. Here's another one, which is right outside the lift lobby.
Our what?
Now, upon reaching the venue itself, it's a very Chinese custom to have a table outside to greet the guests. And then once we reached inside, we had reached the venue slightly early, but then there were a few people who had already arrived. It was a nice little surprise to see our wedding pictures put up on the screen, and we had a stroll around the venue to see if all the preparations are in place.
You okay?
So it was quite nice. Have a look around the venue. It was an intimate gathering. I think it was about 100 people. And it was quite nice, only close friends and families. And these guys asked me to prepare some speech in Chinese. So I said a few words in Chinese, which everybody liked. After the speech is done, it's a Chinese custom that you go to every single table, you greet them, you introduce yourself, and the family members will introduce themselves to you, and you raise a toast Of course, they will raise a toast to the couple, and we celebrate, and then we move on to the next table. So I ended up drinking a lot because, as you can see, there were about more than 10 tables. So I had to have at least 10 sips of wine. But I must say, this was really fun, and this was a very unique experience for me to attend a Chinese reception. Once the reception was done, we made our way towards the city because I was really wanting to explore the Chongqing city. And as you can see, it's a mountainous terrain, so they have to build a lot of tunnels and bridges and wide roads. It's incredible how they build the infrastructure in the city. This is called the Liberation Monument. It's quite a famous landmark in the city of Chongqing. And near the Liberation Monument is the city center, which is also a square where, as you can see, there's lots of people. There are a lot of shops around. It's a nice area for hangout. A lot of people come here. It's quite happening. It wasn't as crowded at this time, but it's generally very happening. As you can see, there are small shops and buildings. This is also popular on social media. As you can see, that this looks like it's ground level. As you can see, there are high-rise buildings all over the place. But when I'll walk over to the sides, you can see that this is actually on level 18. So that was incredible. The city of Chongqing for you. Incredible infrastructure. And as you can see, these are not new buildings. This infrastructure has been there for a while. This is crazy. There's nothing like this I've ever seen before. Well, after that experience, we headed back and we wanted to go towards a mall, and I stumbled across a car showroom. I liked the car. Initially, it looked like an Aston Martin to me, but I later kind of figured out that the Chinese people call it the local Bentley, because I think the signage also looks like Bentley. The build quality is really good. I wanted to enter the showroom. The guys were very kind enough, to let me in, check the car out. It was quite nice. And as it turns out, this is a fully electric car. It was 0 to 100 in 3.2 seconds. And the interior and the build quality actually looks very premium. This looks like a very premium, expensive car. And the price of this car is about 55,000 Singapore dollars. It starts at about there, and I think it goes all the way about 80,000 Singapore dollars. So that's about 35 lakhs in Indian rupees, goes all the way to about 50 lakhs. But just imagine an all-electric, excellent build quality, modern car, looks like literally a Bentley, you get in 35 lakh rupees. That's just another way to say how incredible the manufacturing in China is. After checking out the car, we set out again. I was really hungry. As you can see, it was about the dawn time, so it was also about to be sunset, so we were really hungry. We made our way to a very popular mala hot pot place. So this is the traditional food of Chongqing, which is called mala hot pot. And this is really spicy. It wasn't as spicy for me because I'm from Delhi, but it generally is very spicy, but I love it. Right outside this restaurant, we saw the Chongqing city at night in its full glory, fully lit up around the Chinese New Year time. It reminds me of Diwali time in India. It's just an incredible city. Tall skyscrapers. I just couldn't believe that this is in China. It almost looked like New York City at first glance. Incredible infrastructure. We had a lot of fun on this day. For the next things that we did in China, we'll see you next time in another video. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.